The first card you have for your past is the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I'm seeing a few things in this card. I think, first of all, I'm seeing some kind of a struggle, and I think you might have been struggling to not make a decision, but to kind of, get through one thing so that you can get on with a whole lot of other things, if that makes sense. There's a lot of impatience around this as well. So it's like, you wanted to get on with this great big lot of things you had to do, but you had this thing stuck in a way. It might have been a decision you had to make, but it was all hinging on either some information that I think you were waiting for to come in for you before you could go ahead, or it might have just been, you might have been doing this yourself. It might have been in your head. You were just waiting for this thing to click in your head so that you could say, right, now it's the right time, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I don't think it had clicked yet at this time, or the information hadn't come in, or whatever this is you're waiting for. But when it does, you're going to be in such a huge rush. You're going to have so many things you're going to have to do. You'll have to kind of call lots of people. You'll be relying on people. You'll have to sign things. It's a lot of big things that you're going to have to do, I'm seeing. And you're just waiting for this click in your head or this information to come in before you can do that. If it is just a click in your head, it might be that you're a little bit afraid of doing all these things, or what comes after you've decided, right, I'm going to do this, because there is a lot that comes after this, and it's scary and it's daunting. But, you are going to get this, whatever this is that needs to come in, and you are going to go ahead and do all these things. You're going to be in this big rush. You are going to be a bit stressed. And I am getting this feeling that when this all happens, you are going to be feeling a little bit out of control. Because if you look at this Knight of Wands, he's kind of trying to guide this horse. He's saying, come on, I want this horse to go in this direction. I need to go there. But the horse is kind of jumping up and down all over the place like a crazy thing. So that might be a little bit like you. You might be jumping up and down like a crazy thing. And I'm not picking on you. I'm like that sometimes too. So you'll just have so much piled on. And what I'm seeing is you'll have all these little things, not little, some are big, some are little, but a whole lot of different things you're all going to have to do. And it's going to seem like, oh, this great big overwhelming lot of things. How am I ever going to do it? I don't know how I'm going to remember all the things. I don't know. It's like one great big huge Mount Everest in front of me. So, if this is how you are right now, if you're going through this now, or if you're about to, or if you're worried about this and you're kind of not letting yourself get to that stage yet because you're worried about this big lot of things, just do something simple like, write down a list, write everything down on a list. Everything, big, small, big things, little things, anything, making your phone call, doesn't matter what it is, write it all on a list, doesn't matter what order. And then just start at the beginning. Don't think, oh no, I'm going to forget things I need to do. Oh, there's things I'm not going to remember. Don't worry about that. It'll all come to you eventually. Take the list with you, whether it's on your phone or on a piece of paper, whatever you take with you, probably on your phone. Everyone takes their phone everywhere with them. So, if you have your phone with you, write it down on a list on there. And then as things come to you, keep on adding them to the end of the list. And just don't think about this big mountain. Just think, okay, I've just got to do this one thing on the list, and then do that. And then when you've done that, just do the next thing. So think of it in small steps and you will get there. That will stop this kind of crazy out of control feeling. And it might not stop it, because I know Aries can be very stressed about this kind of thing. I'm like that too. But at least it might help you to feel a little bit more in control of that. That's what I'm getting there. And you are going to do this and you are going to get there. So don't ever think, I'll never be able to do this. You will. You will, and you are going to do it. The click or the thing or the information is going to come at some time. I don't know when, but it is going to come. It is. So the next card you have your past is the King of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm seeing a few things in this card. It's a little bit confusing. I'll try and articulate what I'm seeing. One thing I'm seeing here is strength, because this king is a really, really strong king. He has inner strength. He's not like, a knight or someone who goes and fights people. He doesn't have that kind of physical strength. He looks a bit older, so he's probably not that physically strong. But he has this inner strength and he has this head strength. And that's gotten him to where he is now. So he's obviously very wealthy. He's in a position where he's at the top of his game. He doesn't have to answer to anyone ever again. He's like, I don't care. I know what I'm doing. I don't have to answer to anyone. So you are strong, and you're a lot stronger than you think you are. That's what I'm seeing in this. And if you do feel all of this stress, don't let it make you feel any less strong than you actually are. I'm actually seeing that you've been through a lot in your past, maybe growing up, maybe after that, or maybe, on a lot of different occasions. But you've been through a lot of things. You've been through a lot of quite bad things, actually. Now, a lot of other people around you who you're around now, because I'm seeing that you had one kind of life, now you're in a separate kind of life. I've seen this before in your readings, actually, that you had one life and then that clicked over and you had a second kind of a life. I don't know whether you moved to a new place or whether you had a new career or whether you just got a whole new group of people or whether you had some kind of spiritual enlightenment, might be that, or it might be a combination of all those things. So you had one life and you had another life. So in your old life, there were some good things, yes, there were, but there were a lot of very sad things that happened. You're a strong person because of those things. You might feel like those things have made you into a weaker person or not as good as some other people, or maybe you don't identify with other people for whatever reason. No, that's made you stronger. You might not understand a lot of things that some people in this life or this world that you're in now around you experience, because you've had different experiences, but it doesn't mean wrong, it doesn't mean weak, it just means different. So keep that in mind. The other thing is that this is part of your strength, because if there's ever a time that you have to go and do something that might be a struggle for a lot of people, it won't be such a struggle for you, because you have experienced certain things that people around you have not experienced. And if they had to go back and do those kinds of things, they would be 100% lost and down and destitute, and you would not. You are a huge survivor, and that is your strength. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Also, keep your strength about you, because I'm seeing at this time, or maybe in the future, maybe it happens to you all the time, people trying to get you to answer to them, asking you crazy questions or ridiculous questions, trying to get you to justify yourself. You are different. Celebrate that difference. Just because you're different to a lot of other people doesn't mean that you have to answer to them. So don't feel that you have to answer to these people. Rise above those people. You are the King of Pentacles. You're above them all. So please don't think that you have to answer to any of these people just because they've had one experience and you've had another one. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I'm sorry if I'm carrying away, but I'm really seeing a lot in this. Probably doesn't resonate with every single person, but I am reading what I'm seeing. I'm feeling this very strongly. I'm getting quite passionate about this. Anyway, I'm going to go on to the next card, the Hanged Man. So I'm seeing this waiting again, waiting for either this information or this click to come in. And then when it comes in, you'll be way busy. So maybe maybe there's a part of you that's kind of enjoying this wait, because it's like, oh, I've got all these things to do, so I'll hang on to this wait a little bit longer. You might be feeling that a bit too. The other thing I'm seeing is that someone might have let you down a little bit, or even more than a little bit. That might have caused you to wait as well. It might have been, oh, someone's let me down. They've caused this problem. I don't know, it's driving me crazy. I can't think of this and that at the same time. So let's get this problem out of the way and then I'll deal with the next thing. That's the energy I'm getting around that as well. And I think this was around a promise, maybe. Someone promised something to you, and I think then they went in the opposite direction, and that kind of turned the whole thing that they promised upside down, like this man who's upside down. So it might be that. If you haven't gotten over whatever this is, you will get over this. This will come to a a good conclusion for you. It's not going to be a problem for you if you're worrying about that. This is in your past, so you might have already gotten over this. But yeah, it's all going to be okay. You won't be upset. It won't be a huge drama. But you're probably not going to trust this person again. I think you might have to talk to them again. I don't know, but I'm not feeling you really trusting them as much as you did before. That's just what I'm getting. So yeah, the first card you have here present is the Nine of Cups. So there are a few things in this card. There's, satisfaction. There's a bit of smugness, a whole lot of different things. Yeah, again, I'm seeing this person in this Hanged Man who kind of said one thing and did another thing. I don't think they did this because they wanted to lie to you. I actually think that maybe they just weren't very well organized. They didn't do things properly. They're a little bit smug. They thought, oh, I've got this, I can do this, I know what I'm doing. And then, things went wrong and they tried to kind of hide it under the carpet or hide it under this or behind this kind of curtain that's here behind this man who's hiding something. They're going to have to deal with this. They're going to have to clean up all of their mess. But whatever happens to them, this is going to resolve for you. Again, I'm seeing that if it hasn't already. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is, I'm just looking at this Arch of Cups in this card. Now, arches can be about protection, they can be about shelter, because sometimes, if you look at arches under bridges, if it's raining, people kind of huddle under there, or if it's snowing so that they don't get rained on, you see people waiting there. And so they can be about protection, shelter. They can also be about big changes. Going through an arch can symbolize moving from one situation to another situation. And arches, triumphant arches meant, the beginning of the town. When you come in the Renaissance times in Italy, when you'd come into a town, you'd see this big arch, welcome to the town. So you're moving from an old place into a new place. So that's what I'm seeing here. And so moving from one situation to another one. And this is a golden arch. And it's also an emotional arch. It's made up of cups. So there's a lot of emotion around this change. It doesn't mean you're going to McDonald's. I know, just because I've said golden arch. Sorry, I won't be silly. So I think you might be thinking about either your own protection, your own shelter. This might be about helping somebody else move, or someone might be helping you to move, or it might just be about a move. So sheltering yourself and protecting yourself. So I'm literally seeing carrying things. So you might be helping someone practically, or someone might be helping you, or it might just be carrying things for a move or something. So yes, when you do this move, when either you help this friend or you whatever this is, I think this is going to open up new opportunities. This is this arch taking you to a new place. So it's going to open up new opportunities for you. And I think there might even be some love opportunities for you. This is if you're single, obviously. I'm seeing this happening quite directly to you. If you look at this man, he's looking you right in the face. He's facing you face on. His face facing you. I keep on saying face facing. I don't know why. His body's facing you. His face, everything's facing you directly. He's looking right at you. So this is going to happen directly through this move or whatever this is. So it might be that you meet this friend that you're helping. If you're helping someone else, you might meet someone through them. Or it might be something as simple as, you're going to move, you go to get some boxes, you meet someone at the shop that has boxes or something, and you meet someone there. It could be anything, but it's something directly through this thing or this change or this move where there's going to be someone there. So, and I'm seeing a really comfortable feeling around this, because this card can be about, satisfaction and comfort. So yeah, I'm getting really settled feeling around this. And you won't be expecting this. You won't be looking for this at all, because you'll be so busy. You'll be thinking about what you have to do. So this is going to come out of nowhere to you. Now, if you're already in a relationship, I think you're probably going to be either moving up to a new level with your partner or moving into a whole new phase with them with these arches and this move. It might be literally that you're moving in with them. It might be that. But if not, it's a step up. It's a move. It's a move to a newer, more positive phase because of this arch and because of these golden carps and because of emotion. So it's a new step forward in a relationship. That's what I'm seeing if you are in a relationship. So the next card you have for your present is the Five of Swords, unfortunately. So I think someone might be in a lot of trouble, actually. Not you, don't worry about that, it's not you. I think this might have something to do with this person who was either hiding things or promising one thing and delivering a different thing, something like that. I think they might be hiding the extent of what's happened to you even now, because you're walking away from this okay. They're actually not. So they're hiding things again. They've kind of done something. I actually don't think they've deliberately done anything horrible or they've done any bad thing. But I think what's happened is they've been a bit fast. They thought they knew what they were doing. They'd done something wrong. And I think the bad thing is in the way that they were hiding what's happened. So I don't know if this is work related because I'm seeing some kind of system or some way of doing things and this person didn't do things properly and then they were hiding that. So, and they might have been a little bit greedy as well. It might be something to do with, because I'm seeing this is around work, so it might be a work project that they kind of rushed through to get the money for it early, or it might be something like that, or they didn't do things properly. There's something about greed around this. Again, I don't think they're deliberately stealing or doing any bad things, but I do think they were a little bit smug, a little bit hasty, a little bit greedy, wanting things a little bit too quickly than they should have been. So I think someone's going to end up walking away from all of this. It might not be them. I don't think they're going to be fired or in jail or anything terrible, but I think either them or someone else might walk away from this whole thing. And, it might be something like, oh, I'm so fed up with this person being so kind of lazy with their things. They're kind of, they don't do things properly. This happens over and over again, makes my life a misery. I'm going to go see what other jobs are around. It might be that around that. But you have gotten out of this. You've gotten out of this as far as you're concerned. Everything's fine with them, but they're doing a lot of running around behind the scenes, probably right now trying to fix their problem. So the last card you have your present is the Sun. Beautiful, beautiful card. So again, either you're going to meet someone new, which is what I was seeing in the Nine of Cups, or if you're in a relationship, you're going to start a new phase with them. Now, this is beautiful. Obviously, this is very, very positive. I'm also seeing a lot of honesty in this. So whoever this is, they're really open, they're really honest, and you haven't had a lot of that around you, especially in relationships in your past, and you haven't had that around you in other areas of your life lately because you've had this other person in the Hanged Man and the Nine of Cups. So you really need this around you. So again, I'm seeing the same thing. This person who you're going to meet, if you're single, this is going to be a big surprise for you. Obviously, there's happiness here. This is the Sun card again. I'm also seeing you feeling a little bit like, I'm not so sure about this. Can I trust this person? Because you have been around some people who you really couldn't trust. So you're going to have that kind of thing around this person. Now, they're not like that. I just feel as if I had to tell you that. But, take your time as well. If you're not sure, of course, take your time and always follow your instincts. If your instincts are saying, go slowly, then do that. And I think you might be forced to go slowly with them anyway, because I can see all this busyness. You're going to be very busy with everything and you won't have a lot of time to spend with this person anyway. So that might force you to take your time with them. So that's going to be a good thing, I think, if that happens. So the first card you have for your future is the Five of Cups. So, yeah, I've seen this in a few of your readings, I think, and yeah, here it is again here. Someone's thinking about you. They're probably watching you on social media, I think, because I think this person who's thinking about you is probably far away from you, a geographical distance. I'm actually seeing a big distance here. There's a lot of regret around this. There's actually a huge amount of regret around this. I don't know whether they did something to you, or maybe you just realized they weren't for you for whatever reason, but something must have happened, because there's a lot of regret and it's coming from them. So something's happened that they regret doing. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I think deep down they'd love to connect with you again, but they don't think they can. There's a bridge here, so they'd love to cross this bridge. They'd love to come over and talk to you, call you, text you, or whatever. But I am getting this feeling that they think this is over and there's no hope. So there's this bit inside them that's thinking, oh, I'd love that to happen. I'd love to do that. But then there's this other bit that's kind of taking over, where they think, no, there's no hope. It's all over. I think this person's probably dated other people since you separated. I think they might have tried to have a serious relationship with someone, or they might be in a relationship with someone right now. But whatever this is, it's either not working now or it's over already, because they have a lot of worries on their mind, and they also have you on their mind. So this isn't going well. I'm getting the feeling that you probably won't want to see them again, or you wouldn't, or you don't. So much has happened between you, and Aries don't like to go backwards usually anyway. I mean, it has to be something very, very, very special for an Aries to go back. So, and you have a lot of negative feeling around them. So I'm not seeing that happening. So I think they're probably right.